Hey guys, Luton here, and today we're looking at our next PvP map operation, public PvP, which is tonight. If you wish to participate, details will be down below as usual. So this is going to run like last week, where we came up with a new game mode called Mission Control. Mission Control is where teams fight over control points for tickets, and then are also simultaneously assigned missions by Zeus. These ticket missions will then deplete the enemy force's tickets based on whatever the mission is. It may deplete one team by a large amount or both teams by a smaller amount. We also potentially will have some missions which will also replenish tickets, as well as rewards being gained. So again, sectors will be available for control, and as you control those sectors, if you manage to cap 2 sector control points, you will receive a random reward. These rewards will spawn at designated locations around the map at those sector points. So this is a pretty fun game mode we found last week, and as you can see from the video I posted, it went down very well, but I think it's going to go even better this week. You will require some mods though. I decided that we needed to have some mods on board for certain aspects of the game, in collaboration with Shadow Fox. Shadow also advised us about mod usage, because things like ACE actually provide quite a lot of functionality, and of course with ACE you have stuff like the Great Medical System and all those aspects in there, as well as different things you can put in terms of like capturing hostages or releasing people, you know, these kind of missions. So there's a huge amount of functionality in ACE, and so we're planning to use ACE this week. Also, as you'll notice, this map is not a vanilla map, and so you will require cup maps and cup core. All these links will be down below, and of course for the functionality of these you're going to need CBA, so that will be in there as well. All the links for those things down below. All you need to do is subscribe to them on Steam. That's literally all you need to do. Launch the game with those mods enabled. You'll be able to get on to this mission. So as usual, we're going to be playing across with 3 factions. So we have CSAT, who have just arrived by a submarine, and here they are with their lightweight assault units. Then we're going to move on to the Independents. The Independents here are based in the middle of the map. The Independents have a difficult thing going on because they are based right in the centre of the map. This means that potentially they are being assaulted, bit of thunder and lightning, being assaulted from 2 fronts, and so to that end they have a very heavily defendable position right here. We've got the big castle walls, ancient castle walls around this airbase area, because that's really practical, and then I've also added some bunkers here for defense, which can be reached by ladders heading up onto the rooftops, and then of course you've got a big tower here as well. You can get onto the roof of this, and I've placed wooden ramparts here, people getting up onto these castle gates, etc. You can actually even defend along the walls if you want to shoot against any potential incoming threats right there. Also over here, so that's Independence. Let's go and look at NATO. NATO forces are over here on this hillside, and as you can see, again, fairly lightweight setup. They're far away from the action, so they shouldn't require much more than what we have going on here. All the factions have fairly balanced units. They all have kind of off-road armed Humvees, a lightweight helicopter. But at each capture point, there are extra assets to be gained. So for example, this is one of the first asset points, and let's just bring the map up actually. So right here we can see this is Kamine, and Kamine, I'm probably pronouncing that terribly wrong as I always do, but this is, you can see right here we've got the reward location marked, and then also there is an attack helicopter. So these attack helicopters are, as previously on the Stratus map the other day, these are based at every sector control location. So that's the first sector control location in that little town there. It's just a little township, fairly easy to keep control over, but again, you know, incoming forces can take that off of you. And there's different roads which run around the island. Of course, you can see there's roads go off in this direction, there's some go through the center, and others that run around the outside. So again, it's quite good in terms of, you know, being able to actually move around the island, and it's big enough that, you know, you can see it's big enough that you can get a good amount of movement going on without sort of running into other forces, but there's going to be plenty of things which bring those together. I've also placed around little sort of camps like this where there are extra vehicle transports, and of course ammo caches dotted around the map as well if you need to get extra supplies and so on. And then also, okay, so up on the top here we've got some bunkers and things which just kind of overlook the general surrounding area. Again, if people want to kind of get a couple of units in there, hold the line if they're trying to be defensive. The other sector control point is down here. This is the kind of Mansion airbase position, so all around this area will be a sector control point, and then of course the last control point is going to be the town. This town is of course again right in front of the CSAT base, so a pretty difficult one to take. The NATO and CSAT, in fact each faction has a control point almost right next to them, so that should make it quite intense in terms of fighting over those control points. And again, there's another attack helicopter here, and the Independents have an attack helicopter down here as well. Now the last thing to mention of course is that now we're using ACE, you're going to be having the ACE medical system, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some people who know about this and some other people who don't know about this, but if you're planning to play tonight, the ACE medical system is going to be in operation, even though it's in a basic way. We're using just the basic medical stuff, okay, so not the full complicated advanced medical system, because we want the gameplay to be fast and fun. We don't want to have people bogged down for time having to medic themselves up in a complicated way, and again we're very aware of the fact that because it's a public mission, there may be people who are new to these kind of things and are not, fully experienced with that kind of stuff. So the very straightforward thing, you're going to hold left control and the Windows key. That's going to bring up this little circular menu. Okay, you're going to go to medical, you point at that, and then you've got like little, you can see the yellow ones. This is obviously where I've taken damage. Okay, so I'm going to bandage myself. And all the units come with some bandages as standard in their gear. If you want extra, you can either get that from the arsenals at base, or you can, so I'm going to go up to that. Okay, and again you can see this is taking some time here because taking a fair bit of damage. Now you can see my character here, he's actually out of bandages. I'm going to give myself some morphine because you can see that white flashing around the edge of the screen. That means that you're in pain. And then you can see I'm actually out of supplies, but my character is still in pain. So let's have a look. Is there anything nearby to me? Well, there's actually an ammo cache over here. So let's try and get over there. And you can see I can't run because my character is injured, but our ammo cache is not far away. So the medical system and bringing this in is going to actually make a big difference to the gameplay. You may get killed outright, but if you don't get killed, it's going to be actually have some real factors into how you can move around. So for example, if you've wounded an enemy soldier, as you can see, this is as fast as I can move. I'm trying to literally run right now. So if you've wounded another soldier, they might actually not be able to get away from you so easily. They might have to wait for help or so on and so on, or other players may have to assist in medicing that person. Okay, so you can see we've got a load of basic bandages in here, so I'm just going to grab a few of these, and then you might grab an extra morphine as well. So again, we can just go back to the medical system here, and I can continue to bandage myself. And hopefully, there we go, that's my leg is sorted out now. I'm going to bandage my other leg. And that one still needs more. I'm also going to bandage my torso right here. And that's sorted out. Bandage my right leg again, must have taken more damage there. I'm just going through, and there we are. So, gone through the whole process just to show you how long it can take to get yourself up and actioning. And there we go. You can see I'm now fully operational. So that's what we got going on tonight, guys. Hope you come and join us on the live stream and perhaps get involved with the action as well. We're going to be starting, I guess, about 10 PM UK time. You can always check it out when I start my missions on Twitter or by following me on Twitch. I will always notify when we're actually beginning these operations for public. So come and get involved. Come and have a good time. Come and play on the missions some and see if you can survive long enough to actually complete the missions here. We will be also having a ticket bleed. I just forgot to mention that right to the end here. We will be having a ticket bleed on the sector control points as we did before, but I have greatly decreased the speed at which this occurs because the other day when we did the last mission, it was bleeding way too fast. It was taking the mission away from people way too quickly. So now it's only going to bleed, I think I said it, 5 tickets every 20 seconds or something like that. So you actually have to have 2 control points for it to bleed at all, and even then when it does bleed, it's real slow. But I can still, we can still do missions where we completely disable that. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you'll come and join us this evening, and I'll see you next time.